to make that input before she goes on to now deal with.
We're back at Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. It is not good that man should be alone. I will make. Again, we are discovering from the original marriage, from the marriage at the beginning. God said, I will make. It was God that said, I will make. And you know it was God who made the man himself, isn't it? And it is God who still said, I will make the woman as well. So the maker of both of them is God. And the maker of the relationship itself is God. It is God who says, I will make. And going in line with that original marriage is to recognize that God is the maker in this marriage. Let it not be, especially for those of us who are married. Those who are not yet married, let's recognize that God is the maker. You are not. You can't make a woman for yourself. It's God who makes. And until God makes, every other effort will not work. It will not accomplish God's purpose. You may look at the girl, she's very beautiful, that's the kind of woman you like, but that's not the one God is making for you. You will carry somebody else's bones, and it will not work well. It's God who makes. Let's rely on God. So when he said, are you looking up or you are looking around? That's the reason. Let's look up. Don't look around. Don't keep pointing light at every woman you see, every lady, to find out whether you can catch this one or catch that one. Go up to the maker. He will make your own for you. And for those of us who are married, let's again continuously remember that God is the maker. And up till today, he is still in the business of making. You know, he said, I will make. He didn't say, I have made. So sometimes you will discover that maybe there are some issues in your wife or even in your husband that looks uncooked, unmade, unfinished. Don't try to make her by yourself. Don't use punches to make her.
Manpower.
It will not work. If you go and look at women that men try to make like that, it makes matters worse. You can't make a woman with manpower or money power or sex power or mouth power. You know, some men don't beat their wives, but they beat them with their mouth. And say, I will teach you sense. And then they speak. And the woman is rolling on the bed every day for many weeks. You won't achieve anything good with that. Let's learn to understand that God is the maker. If there is still an aspect, which is quite possible, because we are still growing, we are still following Jesus, we are still learning to become like Jesus. If there is any aspect that is still unmade, report to the maker and say, Lord, there is this aspect of my wife's character. It's not yet made. Will you please make her for me? Or Lord, make him. This is the kind of husband I've been looking for. Lord, make him. Don't use food power as a woman and say, oh, is that how you will treat me? You have had your food. And some, it's on bed that will punish our husbands. Don't use all that to make your husband. It will rather make matters worse. Report to the maker. He is still making people up till today. I tell you, God answers such prayers. God answers such prayers. And I can testify of it. Any aspect at all, just go to the maker. He knows what to do better than what any manpower can do. He said, I will make. So let's recognize that in the marriage that obtains at the beginning, God is the maker. Don't try to make your wife or your husband by yourself. When you try to do it by yourself, God will remove his hands, because he tolerates no rivals, and he will not continue to struggle with man. He will wait for you to struggle and see whether you can succeed. When you have not succeeded and you want to really, hand over to God, that's when God will go to work. So let's hand over on time so that God will do what he says he will do.